Now, they say that 90% of directing is casting, because if you get it right, it does so much of your work for you. So try and find the best people you can for your roles before rushing into making your film. Now, obviously, when you're first starting out, you probably just need to use who you can. You may already have friends or family who might be willing to act for you, and this is usually where most people start. After all, friends and family will be more likely to help you, especially if you can't pay them. But it is still worth bearing in mind that the folks you already know might not be able to convincingly play every character you write. Instead, it's better to write something based on your actor's strengths if they're not professionals. Don't get them to play anything that is too much of a stretch for what they are naturally like. It's much easier if you're getting a non-professional to basically just play themselves. If you already know some people who are good at just being themselves on camera, a good tip is to write parts with these specific people already in mind. This can really help not only visualize the characters as you write them, but it will also probably make their performances much more natural. And if the people you already know are still not particularly great actors, even when they're basically playing themselves on camera, then it may be better to look a bit further. Bad acting is very distracting, and it won't give you a good result no matter how much you like the people who have appeared in your film, and no matter how long you spend making it. So if this sounds like your situation, then you can also try local amateur drama groups, and you can find so many good performers there. These are great places to look because you know that these people are already interested in acting. And I used to do this in my early films by getting actors from my local drama group to appear as most of the characters. Now, these actors might be more used to appearing on stage than on camera, but if you try and get them to tone down anything that is too over the top or theatrical and just get them to do less, especially in close-ups, you can get some really great results with actors from drama groups. If you reach out to these groups online, often they will be only too happy to circulate your details to their members in case anyone wants to help you out. Next, you can try professional actors. Now, you could approach someone specific through their agent, or you could look on casting websites. Now, a Hollywood star is probably not going to want to be in your first low-budget film, but if you have contacts who are already professional actors, then by all means try them. If you don't have a specific person in mind for your roles, normally you would audition people. You can always have in-person or online meetings with them to see what they're like and maybe read part of the script. Another option, if you are a natural performer yourself, is to be your own actor. You can try and design a scene simple enough to film yourself, or maybe get someone else to help film you, and then you can appear in front of as well as behind the camera. I did this in many of my early films as I was short on actors who would be available every weekend, and I was interested in drama. So I also acted, and whoever was around each week would film my scenes. As a result, though, the camera work looks pretty disjointed as it was being done by a bunch of different people in lots of different styles. So one thing I would recommend if you are going to be acting as well is just have one person film you and come up with a consistent style if you're trying this approach. Now, whoever you end up casting, you might think this sounds silly, but be sure you agree in advance what, if anything, your actors will be getting paid. Will they be doing it for free, or for expenses only, or for a small fee? Whatever it is, it's much better to discuss this right away so you don't have any disagreements later on, and this will be exactly the same suggestion for any crew. So hopefully now you can get out there and find some actors for your film.